Doug Masters. He's 18 years old. Raised on an airbase.
Are you out of your mind?
Born to fly. Living for the day he'll earn his wings. Suddenly, just when life was going great.
Doug, it's your dad. He's been shot down. Hey, buddy.
Davis, hey, it's okay.
Colonel, will you please just tell me what's going on?
Your country has been warned time and time again.
Because they claim a 200-mile limit. We only recognize 12. So when are they going in?
Reparation is our due.
Don't lie to me.
3 days. In 3 days, they're gonna hang him.
When the Pentagon is helpless
We're doing all we can.
and Washington's hands are tied,
We make the laws in this country.
there's only one thing to do. And he'll do it with one of the toughest fighter pilots who ever lived, retired Colonel Chappie Sinclair.
You know, your dad understands a lot about people's dignity. That's the last kind of person in the world I want to see locked up in some stinking cage somewhere.
Do you think with the right plan, it'd be simple to go in and get him?
Probably.
What's going on? Look, I'm telling you right now, I bet you can get a plane. Bingo, we're in.
Are you wise enough to get me a couple of pilots, too?
I've got 3 times as many hours on that simulator as most pilots flying Falcons on this base right now.
Don't test you out on some live targets.
He may know how to fly. Now he must learn how to fight.
Want to concentrate.
All right, we're going.
Everyone told them to sit tight and wait.
Heat up from here on out.
For them, waiting time is over.
Okay?
They're going in against the clock. In a pair of borrowed F-16s.
Jeffy, I hit it.
Now just worry about the 3 mates that got up. Climb! Climb!
Academy Award winner Louis Gossett Jr., Jason Gedrick, Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle is an action thriller war movie that was released on January 17th, 1986. This is in a similar vein to Top Gun, although it was released months before that movie. Anyway, is it good or not? Well, let's find out. The story follows Doug Masters, whose fighter pilot father gets shot down and is put in prison by a radical Middle Eastern country for some bogus crime. There seems to be no way to get his father out, but Doug decides the only way to bust him out is to fly into that country by using an airplane and blast them down. He does run into an Air Force colonel, Chappie, who tells him that it's not as simple as all that, and that he needs information on the country. Overall, this is actually a pretty damn good story. I guess I really do like the character of Doug. I do like his fighting spirit. He applies it when he both deals with the bastards who captured his father and some bully who thinks he is way fucking cooler than he really is. I also do like how he listens to rock music to concentrate on his flying. That is fucking cool, and is actually kind of what I do on my job. You know what me and him have in common? We both have thinking music. Many people have said that this film blatantly glorifies war. You know what? They're right. But that is exactly why it's so brilliant. Why can't we all just get along? Because we live in a world where evil exists. Yeah, every human has flaws, but there are people with no redeeming qualities. And people you cannot reason with no matter how hard you try. Putting people in jail for some bullshit law and sentencing them to death is evil. This movie shows how negotiating with scummy countries does nothing. Doug is shown to be in the right when he suggests to fight like the Middle Eastern country. Even though when asked by Chappie about having the army start a war with that country, he says, no, of course not. He is clearly being sarcastic. Because immediately after that line, he says, how tough can they be? They're a shitty little country. But Chappie does have a point. You still need to know what you're up against. That is why you need as much information about that place as possible in order to fight. What makes this movie work is that Doug is fighting a just war. I judge a just war by having 4 things. First, if it is a response to a severe injustice that is confirmed to have happened. Second, if said injustice directly affects the nation in some way. Third, if there is a reasonable chance of victory. Fourth, and finally, if the benefits outweigh the cost. If a war ticks at least 3 of these checkboxes, then it is just. The war Doug is fighting ticks all 4 of those boxes with flying colors. I really think the scene with Chappie worried that Doug is going to die has some damn good writing. I really believe that Doug is not afraid to die. He's just proud that he got the chance to train with Chappie and that he can finally rescue his dad. I will say, I don't find the story quite as good as Top Gun. Most of the other characters are not that interesting. But this is still pretty good and has a well-deserved happy ending. As I approach middle adulthood, I'm beginning to appreciate movies that don't end on a downer. There's only one action scene in this movie, but man is it fucking awesome. There are tons of explosions and gunfire, mostly from the fighter plane. There's even a brief shot of blood spray. This was back when PG-13 movies were edgy. Of course, it is shot and edited very well, and it is nice and long. It is so fucking good. I think the action might actually be better than Top Gun's ending action scene, though that scene is still pretty damn good. But this is a fucking blast. As for the production values, the cinematography, editing, and sound are all really good. No complaints in any of those categories. The music is pretty good too. The score is pretty good, but the songs are very good. There are a ton of hard rock songs in here, like We're Not Going to Take It by Twisted Sister, Hide in the Rainbow by Ronnie James Dio, but the main song, Iron Eagle, is a damn good song. Overall, Iron Eagle is a pretty good movie. I will say I like Top Gun a little bit more, but this one is still pretty fucking good. It has a pretty strong story, awesome action scenes, and top-notch production values. One minor criticism is that only really Doug and Chappie and maybe Doug's father are interesting characters. But since they're the most important characters, that doesn't bother me that much. If you like aerial combat movies, I think you'll enjoy this one quite a bit. I give Iron Eagle 4 out of 5 stars with the title of awesome. Anyway, I'm Spike Robot. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel, and feel free to support me on Patreon. See you next time. Honor the freedom, Jinkos.